Hiya, very hi, Gray. Worst time to be at IKEA. Thank you for lurking. How is the audio? Can you hear me? Can you hear the game? I'm sucking on a lozenge right now for my throat. Let me know, can you hear? Are we all good? Mic may be slightly quiet. Is that better? I upped the gain a little bit. Does it sound like I'm speaking into a tin can? Not a can? But is it like... is it a little crunchy? No? Okay. I'm gonna trust you. And so, Miss Cantabella stood in court under suspicion of being a witch. Thankfully, a young baker, or should I say, a young defense attorney named Mr. Wright was able to prove her innocence. However, she soon found herself under yet another accusation. Miss Cantabella was believed to be the Great Witch Bezella. It is imperative we pool our efforts together and assist her in any way possible. The Great Witch. The Great Witch Bezella, the legendary witch from ancient times. She is the source of all evil and the one who gives rise to all other witches. As long as the Great Witch Bezella is alive, there will always be witches in Labyrinthia. Apparently, that is the commonly held belief. Therefore, if Bezella were to be put to the fire, there would be no further need for these trials. In other words, no Bezella, no witches, right? But how does all that implicate Espella? By the way, Professor, you seem to know a lot about all this. The Professor and I discovered a mural of the Great Witch Bezella in a room below the library, and it looked like it was painted a long time ago, that's for sure. You mean like a wall painting? Of Bezella? Indeed, there were some historical remains hidden beneath the library. We found it there. At any rate, I'd very much like to investigate Bezella in greater detail. I'm afraid my knowledge extends no further than the legend known to the townspeople. In that case, I guess we have no choice but to ask Espella. Maybe she could tell us why she's accused of being Bezella. Well, yeah, but didn't they tell us we can't see her for a while? Come on, we've never let that stop us before. Ugh. And that, Maya, is how we always end up in all sorts of trouble. Well, fine. Just leave it to me. It's nothing that a little sweet talking can't fix. Maya, I'm not so sure that's a good idea. Hey, look, pal. We need to see Espella. It's a matter of life and death. I'm not sure I would qualify that as sweet talk, but rather more of a full-on assault. Did you not hear what Inquisitor Barnum said? Espella Cantabella is currently undergoing questioning. And while that is taking place, no one is permitted— Can't you do something? Hey, keep it down, will you? Orders are orders. No matter how many times you ask, the answer will still be no. Now be on your way, will you? Go on, go! Access denied. That much is obvious, Maya. Can't believe Mr. Barnum took Espella into custody just because of that outburst. I know, they're believing a witch, which I guess, like, technically the witches would know best, but, like, still. That reminds me, something Inquisitor Barnum said has been bothering me. It was not I who made the decision. I believe that was how he put it. Yeah, that's right. So, in other words, there's someone of higher authority than Inquisitor Barnum, huh? That's it! We'll just go and ask that person instead. But who in Labyrinthia could have more authority than Inquisitor Barnum? Well, I know how to find out. Let's ask around, Luke. Not you again. You don't give up, do you? Like I said before, you cannot see. It's not Espella. There's someone else we'd like to see. That's right. We'd like you to take us to see the person ranked above Inquisitor Barnum. Above Inquisitor Barnum? You're not telling me that you want to see the High Inquisitor. So they're called the High Inquisitor, then? What's this? Are you seriously suggesting that you don't even know of High Inquisitor Darklaw? High Inquisitor Darklaw? That's weird. I can't help but feel that I've heard that name somewhere before. I'm sorry, but could you tell us where we can find that person? Please, do me a favor and don't ask. She's not the sort of person you could just drop in and see, believe me. But there's something of importance we wish to discuss with her. You people really are fearless. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. To meet High Inquisitor Darklaw, you must go to the Inquisitor's Hall. Just be careful not to upset her. We understand. Thank you for your assistance. Is the High Inquisitor really so fearsome? Of course not. Not our High Inquisitor. She's wonderful, beautiful, intelligent, just a little strict. You don't have to go mentioning what I said about upsetting her, understood? Don't worry, you can rely on us. High Inquisitor? That title sounds really high up on the food chain, doesn't it? Apparently, if we go to the Inquisitor's Hall, we can see her there. Well, we won't achieve anything standing here. Let's go and see her. Let's go. We move in. 3 hint coins. It's them. I can see Inquisitor Barnum over there. Okay, which means that woman standing next to him must be High Inquisitor Darklaw. They look so serious. It might be difficult to butt in. Perhaps we should wait until they finish their conversation. We prepared for the questioning of Espella Cantabella. She's in the Death Knell dungeon. Would you like to see her now? Barnum, I intend to leave the questioning of the girl to you. But if she is indeed the Great Witch, shouldn't the High Inquisitor be there? It's not necessary that I be present, and I have much faith in your abilities. Understood. I will not let you down. I intend to visit the scene of the crime. You take care of things here while I'm away. The scene of the crime? You mean... That's right. It's unlikely there are any clues left, though. Anyway, the questioning is yours, Barnum. Yes, milady. It looks like they finished talking. Inquisitor Barnum! You! How did you get in here? Sorry, sir. We didn't intend to eavesdrop. Inquisitor Barnum? There's something we'd like to ask you. I've no time right now. You'd best leave. He's gone. Gone to question Espella. It would appear that we have to find what... It would appear that we have to find what we need to know from the High Inquisitor. I thought that was the plan. Guys? Where are my hint coins? Barnum uses a dumbbell as a paperweight. Amazing. Oh, that's Darklaw. Oh my gosh. Not the doodle with the knife stuck in it. Dagger throwing practice. Oh, Barnum. Need one more hint coin. Here's a pink and a cloak. Where be the hint coin? Desk is badly damaged. There's so much stuff in here, but there's no hint coin. Barnum's armor. But no sparkly. Where's the sparkly? Normal looking painting. Aha! I found it. Alright, perfect. Hi, Darklaw. So you are the High Inquisitor. From the way you talk, one would think we have already met. I'm certain we've never met before. But I did have the opportunity of seeing you at the Storyteller's parade. That's right, Professor. During that parade, she was standing right next to the Storyteller. The Storyteller? Isn't he the one who... He's known as the creator in this town. So any person who gets to stand by his side has to be someone important, right? Did you all just come here to stand around speculating? If so, there's a quiet cell in the dungeon which has just become vacant. You can speculate all you want in there. Just a moment, Miss Darklaw. We've come here to talk to you. Talk to me? That's right. It's about this trial. We'd like to ask you about it. Inquisitors do not make a habit of discussing the details of trials with just anyone. Just anyone. We, or in particular, he, acted as Espella's attorney. That is hardly just anyone. That's me, all right. I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. So, you're the one. You're the knight of the court who opposed Inquisitor Barnum, aren't you? I received a detailed report. Yes, indeed. Most interesting. So what would you like to know? Should ask Darklaw about Espella. Espella was proven innocent at the last trial. Despite that, she's now been accused of being Bezella, even though there's no decisive evidence to support that claim. Just a moment. Before we discuss that, there is one thing I need to make clear. While it's true that you acted as Espella's defender in the last trial, that does not necessarily mean to say that you will be defending her again. What do you mean? Just because the trial is different, that doesn't change the fact that I'm her attorney. The charge against Espella Cantabella is of the gravest nature. You mean the charge that she's the Great Witch Bezella? What makes you think the accused wants you to defend her again? I mean, we kinda got her a not guilty verdict, so, Doesn't that mean that if Espella doesn't ask Nick to defend her again, then he can't request to be her defense attorney? Correct. The Great Witch Bezella is the source of all other witches. Her defender could, by their own words, place themselves in great danger. Knowing Espella's kind nature, I don't think she'd want to subject anyone to that risk. That's why she kept quiet earlier. However, Espella is, at this very moment, undergoing questioning, is she not? And there's a possibility that she may be cleared of the suspicion of being a witch. That's right! There can't possibly be evidence of Espella actually being a witch. So how could anyone prove she is? Just how well do you people really think you know Espella? On what grounds can you say that she's not a witch, or that there's no evidence? I'd be glad to have you explain that to me. That's not fair. We're just gonna end it there, okay. We're certainly not experts when it comes to the Great Witch Bezella, so could you perhaps tell us more about this particular witch? To begin with, is the Great Witch not just a figure of legend? The Great Witch Bezella does exist. That is a fact accepted by all of the townsfolk. In the past, the Great Witch Bezella used her evil power to burn the entire town. She burned the town. Professor, we saw that witch in the picture in the library. She was burning the town. If the Great Witch Bezella uses her powers, this town could burn again as it did long ago. We have to capture Bezella before that can happen. But there's no way Espella would ever do something like that. One thing I'd really like to know is why Espella, of all people, is suspected of being Bezella. Of course, there is one reason. One reason? Just one? From what you've told us so far, it seems there is something about Espella that we do not yet know. Something which makes the townsfolk, and you yourself, believe that she is the Great Witch Bezella. Could you tell us what that reason is? That's something you will have to investigate. As the High Inquisitor, do you think it would be in my best interest to provide you with that information? Oh, please! If you could just tell us a little more! I don't have to tell you anything. If you really want to know, find out for yourselves. Then at least let us see Espella! So, Inquisitor Barnum is questioning Espella right now, is that right? Yes, he is. So seeing her tonight would be difficult. Try coming back tomorrow. Tomorrow? Alright, fine. We'll try again tomorrow. That we will! I hope you all realize how this will look to the people of this town. When they see you all supporting the person suspected of being the Great Witch Bezella. When it comes to rescuing Espella, I'm not worried about what people think. And I feel the same way as Mr. Wright. That is what I was hoping to hear. At the very least, you should investigate. And I pray I don't see disappointment in your eyes the next time we meet. Now, if you'll excuse me. Hey, Nick. I was thinking, we've met her before, haven't we? Yeah, we have. In that trial back in England. Huh? Then, who on earth is she? I'm not entirely sure. But at that time, she was a teacher from a boarding school for girls. Was she indeed? It would seem Labyrinthia is packed full of puzzles. This is one puzzle that I would really like to solve. Okay then, leave it to me. I'll give it my best shot. Where shall we begin? While I appreciate your enthusiasm, Luke, I wonder if it might be better to first return to the bakery. Mrs. Eclair is no doubt worried about us. We should let her know the situation. Right. We need to tell her all about the trial. I have a feeling that's not going to go too well. I think you did very well, Mr. Wright. I'm sure she'll understand. She's like a mother to Espella. She must be worried sick about her. Okay, everyone. Let's head back and tell her everything. How the court proceedings went, and the way the townspeople reacted. Espella, it would seem you do indeed have a secret. And it's very rude that she's not telling us. High Inquisitor Darklaw, the manner and speech of the mysterious woman accompanying Inquisitor Barnum allude to her high status. Mr. Wright and Miss Fay seem to have heard of her, but who on earth could she be? Standing alongside the Storyteller during the parade indicates her high standing and the power she wields. Phew! I feel like it's been a while since we've been out here in the fresh air. Indeed. Shall we head back to the bakery? Dog! Oh my gosh. Yikes! Whoa, he's one frisky little puppy. He's a cute little guy, huh? You're just begging to be petted, aren't you, boy? Good boy, good little doggy. See? Look, Nick, he's so happy he's showing his teeth, like he's smiling. I'm not so sure dogs show their teeth when they're happy. Thank you for the hydrated and stretch kimono. Don't be such a spoil sport. Come on, try petting him. All right, let me give this a shot. Come on, here, boy. Mr. Wright! Don't pet him! Huh? Ah! Ow! Attack dog. No, poor Phoenix. Oh. I guess even cute little puppies have a bite worse than their bark. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? I tried to warn you. He run. I guess you can't always judge a dog by its looks. He may look cute, but what he was saying wasn't cute at all. What do you mean? By what he was saying, Luke? That's right, Miss Faye. Luke can understand what animals are saying. Wow, that's amazing! It's like magic! Luke, you have magic powers just like the witches do. Given the current circumstances, I'm not so sure that's a good thing. I wish I could talk to animals. I'd love to talk to a puppy, or even to Espella's cat, Eve. That puppy's way of talking reminded me a lot of Inquisitor Barnum. He said something like, "I'll only say this once, Sir Blue Knight. I, Constantine, do not permit you to stroke me." Or words to that effect. So the dog's name is Constantine, huh? Perhaps it could have been Inquisitor Barnum's dog. I'm sure of it. He ran off in the direction of the Inquisitor's Hall. Maybe he's going to meet his master. That dog is just like its owner. Constant. Constantly barking, constantly biting Nick, and constantly adorable. So, Maya, you mean you really believe in my ability? Trust me, Luke. When it comes to people and their special abilities, nothing surprises me. I have a few myself, you know. Okay then, let's get back to the bakery. Come on, Nick, let's go. I guess so. I think I've been bitten enough for one night. By dog, and by his owner. Barnum didn't bite you, Phoenix. That's not where I need to go? Wait a minute. No, it is, okay. Phoenix! Maya! Why are you back so late? Yeah. Sorry we're so late. It's just that... Well, about Espella. What are you two looking so glum about? I was so surprised. Huh? Just how is it that you could do such a brilliant job as a defender? It was wonderful the way you proved Espella innocent. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Not at all. No need to thank me. After all, Espella is still... I know, Phoenix. Oh, were you watching the trial? I certainly was, Maya. There's no reason for you to look so glum. The way you stood up to the Inquisition. In all my life, I've never seen anything like it. That outstretched arm, that pointing finger. It was truly a sight to behold, Phoenix. Boss. That's why I'm not at all worried. Huh? Because I believe in you, Phoenix. And I know you'll rescue Espella again. You'll rescue her, won't you? I will. I'll be there for her no matter what, right to the very end. That's a promise now, you hear? Now then, you must both be tired after all you've been through. You must have a good rest. And that means you two gentlemen as well. Oh, do you mean us? Of course. Why, if it hadn't been for you two, Phoenix couldn't have done what he did. Thank you, madam. Perhaps I should bring out another extra-large loaf for our young apprentice here. No, I mean, I'm fine, really. But thanks for the offer. Nick, we have to give it all we've got, for the boss's sake. You've got that right. Might be difficult to rest right after a trial like that, but tonight, perhaps we should all try to get a good rest, as Mrs. Leclerc suggests. I agree, Professor. Tomorrow's a new day, after all. Let's go inside, then. If we don't take that rest, we won't be able to do our best tomorrow. I hope Espella's able to rest for tonight as well. My gosh, he stretched. Well then, let's all turn in for the night. Is that you, Maya? Hey Luke, what's the matter? Can't sleep? I kinda woke up, but then I guess you did too, right? You're worried about Espella, aren't you? Yeah. After all, you were living here together. She must be like a member of the family. But you and Mr. Wright found yourselves here in Labyrinthia, just like me and the professor, didn't you? Seems that way, even though we've supposedly been living here for 5 years now. But those memories didn't exactly turn out to be real. I've got no idea how I even had that kind of memory in the first place. On top of that, even the boss seemed to have the exact same memory of us. She's done so much to take care of us. When I think about it, I can't help but feel like we were deceiving her, you know? I don't think you have any reason to feel that way, Maya. It's not your fault that your memories have changed. And even if the memories are different, I'm sure your feelings for Mrs. Eclair and Espella are real. You're so right, Luke. Thanks, Luke. I feel way better now. Not at all. It's nothing. All right. I'm gonna try real hard and get my beauty sleep. I'll be out faster than you can say goodnight. I'm not so sure beauty's achieved by sleeping, or that sleep is something you can try hard at, but I'm definitely ready to sleep. Maya, did you just say something? Me? I didn't say anything. But I'm sure I heard something. Maybe it was from outside. I wonder what it was. Let's go have a look, Luke. Hey, isn't that Patty over there? It looks like she's searching for something. Eve! Coo-ee! Eve! Goodness me, where could that cat have gone? She doesn't normally go wandering off at this time of night. I suppose you're worried about Espella too, aren't you? Espella. I wonder what she's doing right now. Is she crying herself to sleep? Don't worry, Espella. You've got friends here, and we're going to make sure you come to us safely. And when you do, we'll all sit down and have a nice dinner together. Boss, she's worrying so much about Espella. She looks so sad. She really does. This must be so hard for her. Maya, I got a great idea. Let's go and find Eve for her. If Eve still isn't back by the time Espella comes home, she'd miss her for sure. And Mrs. Eclair could relax a little too. Luke, you're a little genius. Let's go and find Eve for Espella and Patty. But I wonder where she could have gone. We'll probably find her quicker if we ask around a bit. Eve is easy to recognize. She looks quite distinctive and has that scarf around her neck. I'm sure someone must have seen her. Correction. You're not just a little genius. You're a super mega huge genius. It's nothing. I mean, I am the professor's apprentice. Let's get this show on the road. How about we start by looking around the town center? Right you are, Maya, but we'd better take care since we'll be in the streets at night. Don't worry though, if anything happens, you can rely on me. It's the job of every gentleman to protect a lady. Let's go, Maya. As the grown-up here, I can't help but feel it should be me who's doing the protecting. Maya, you are not a grown-up. Not yet, anyway. How come I can't... Mountain. Why can't I ask these people? Is there another town center? North Parade Avenue? Oh. They said the town center, right? It should be here. But I can't talk to those people. What? Town Square. Is that where they want me to go? Hope Eve didn't get inside. Hit coin. Big bell? Take a break? No. Where's the hint coin? Okay, it's not here. Where do they want me to go? Town Square outskirts. Hello. Excuse me. What is it, lad? You have something you wish to sell? It must be serious for a young fellow, my lad, like yourself to be visiting my shop at this hour. What kind of store is this anyway? I only see a bunch of pots and junk here. This is a pawnbroker shop, madam, so pray tell, what is it that you're selling? We're not exactly here on business. We're just looking for a cat. It's a cute black cat called Eve. You haven't seen her, have you? A black cat, you say? I have a feeling I might have seen it, but then again... Yes? It's no good. I felt like I was about to remember for a moment there, but... I've got things on my mind and I'm finding it hard to concentrate, you see? If only I could solve this. Oh, are you talking about a puzzle? Because I could totally solve it for you. Sparee, just like that. I'll help too. Maya's still a newbie when it comes to solving puzzles. Okay, Luke. We can do this, can't we? Sparee, just like that. Let's get to it, madam. Recently, the mice have been bothersome. I want to catch the mice that have been causing trouble in the shop and teach them a lesson. Not that Sparee. It's amazing. Okay, Masquerade. 8 mice have been separated into 2 groups. The blue group contains good, honest mice, and the orange group contains devious mice. Look at the example on the upper screen and separate the 8 mice into the correct groups. Okay, so we've got a pink mouse. There's only one pink mouse. But, oh no, the colors aren't matching up. No! Okay, there's a king mouse. I think you're a good mouse, because you're... Oh my gosh, wait, look at him. He's dancing. Okay. And we have a knight. The knight is a bad mouse. Who are the ones with the loopy tails? Okay, there's a wizard with the loopy tail, and he's a bad mouse. How many? Okay, 1, 2. There's two loopy-tailed mice? What? That doesn't make sense. Okay, there's 2 mice with their ears bitten. One of them is definitely bad. You've got a scar, so surely you're the bad one. Curly tail. Okay, you've got a round tail, so I think you're a good one. Then I need a bard. Look like the bard. And then the cheese guy. And then I'm missing a wizard. You're pink. Well, you've got... Your tail is facing the wrong way. Wait, hold on. So this is the king, for sure. This one, the Scar one, is... Oh, but he's got a loopy tail. You don't have a loopy tail. Why are there only 2 mice with loopy tails? Okay, I'm just gonna make him bad anyway. The knight is also bad. That is what I'm going to say. You are the bard. I dubbed thee bard. I think you're evil. And then... You've got a loopy tail. So I think you're good. I think you might be the witch, which means you're the good one? Maybe?
Let's do it, Miss Moya.
No!
Oh man, that was no good.
Remember, appearances are not always what they seem. But. Okay. Is this like a loop? Is this supposed to be a loopy tail? But there's... Okay, there's a loop pointing down and a loop pointing up. Is this also a loop? Down, down, up. Loop pointing up. Loop pointing down. I'm gonna assume, okay, if this is also a tail, then the loop pointing downs are over here. And then we've got a pointy up tail. 2 pointy up tails. Oh, these guys. Maybe like that?
Let's do it, Luke.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yes, we did it!
Nicely done. The mice's clothing and color are not relevant. The telltale sign was the direction of their tails. But the... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I didn't think you'd solve such a difficult puzzle so easily. I'm quite impressed. Alright, that settles it then. I'm the professor's new apprentice. I think not. The professor only has 1 apprentice, and that's me. So, do you two want to talk about a cat, or don't you? Of course we do. We'd very much like to hear about the cat. So, Mr. Pawnbroker, what can you tell us? Well, I haven't actually seen the cat, but I'm certain I overheard the minstrel near the fountain singing about a black cat. Near the fountain. Got it. Thank you. We'll go and take a look there. The fountain? How interesting. Where's the fountain? Is he here? Aha! Bardley. Good evening, sir. There's something we'd like to ask you. What's the matter? You're a bit quiet this evening, aren't you? I wonder what's up. A sore throat, maybe? C'est la vie, c'est la vie. C'est la vie? I have no choice but to retire. C'est la vie. Yikes. Alas, now a rival has up and appeared, so how can I sing when I'm so afeared? A simple bard just cannot compete. With a rival that strong, he cannot be beat. Please calm down. What do you mean? Oh, that bard, with a parrot on his shoulder, wrapped in colors he couldn't be bolder. When he sings, it's with such grace, he draws the eyes of all in the place. This bardly bard named Bardley, no bird sits on his shoulder, dressed so drably he can hardly compete with the bard who is bolder. It would seem some amazing new rival has appeared. Woe is me. Well, for starters, you could try perking up a little. Perking up? I need some color to cheer up my day. I need some color to replace the gray. You need color? For example, bright colors such as these. My man's yapping. Stained glass. The stained glass window above has been beautifully painted using 4 bright colors. Paint a similar stained glass window so that each neighboring color is different. Think carefully about where each color should go. We have 1 yellow. Oh my gosh, that's so cute!
This is my answer.
Yippee!
Professor, I did it!
Gorgeous. Nothing like a few splashes of color to really brighten up a window. Look at this, Mr. Bardley. The colors are beautiful. Come on, cheer up. A minstrel isn't judged by appearances. He's judged by his songs. I'm certain that there are many people who'd love to hear your songs, Mr. Bardley. Absolutely. I, for one, would love to hear more of your songs. Really? Yes, really. Really, truly? Yes, truly, really. Oh, yes, you're right. Now I feel reborn. There's no reason for me to feel so forlorn. I shall sing to my heart's content. Morn, noon, and night, on and on and on. I won't give up without a fight. That's more like it. At least he's perked up enough to continue singing. Yeah, too right. That's a relief. In return for the cheer that you did bring, now more than ever I'll continue to sing. You're very welcome. Still, it seems there's another minstrel somewhere in town. Oh, kindly duo, what could it be? What brings you to Bardley? What would you ask of me? Oh, I almost forgot. Mr. Bardley, have you seen a black cat around here? I've seen it. I've seen a black cat. Since you are asking, I'll sing about that. A beautiful black cat with fur so sleek, chased and chased, ran to the main street. 3 knights gave chase, but it didn't last. The cat got away by running so fast. That's it, Luke. Eve must have gone to the main street. Come on, Maya, let's go that way. Yeah, he mentioned something about Eve being chased. We'd better hurry. Come back, Eve. That's North Parade Avenue. Where's the main street? Is it this? No. Where's the main street? Oh. It's gonna be the last place I check, huh? Yup, okay. Need to find 2 more hint coins here. Hold on, guys. There are hint coins to be found. Alright. If we don't hurry up and find that cat, it'll get away from us. Come on, give me a break. Just how long do you intend to chase after a cat? If we don't get back to our post, the captain's gonna blow his top. Even so, I'm sure that cat was a stray. Surely it's part of the code of chivalry to rescue people and animals without distinction. But we've done nothing but chase it around. Sheesh. Why'd you have to go and be in our squad? I like that guy. Did you hear that, Maya? Those knights are talking about a cat. Yup, and I bet they're talking about Eve. Let's ask them. Excuse me, sir. We're looking for a black cat, and we overheard you talking about a cat. We're looking for a black cat wearing a purple neck scarf. Eh? Cat, you say? That must be. Hey, wait a minute. Aren't those 2 the ones who gave Inquisitor Barnum such a hard time at the trial? Aha! These are the ones, all right. They were with that defender. What business could you possibly have with us? Be off with you or feel our wrath. I know nothing of the cat you seek. Eh? But I heard you! You were talking about chasing a cat! Yeah, I heard you too! You were worried about her escaping. Even so, I don't know what I don't know, and I can't tell what I can't tell. Come on, just tell us! We need to find her. You can't ask as much as you'd like. Oh, you can ask as much as you'd like. But we know nothing. Saw nothing. Heard nothing. My guys. Oh my gosh. An evening stroll. 3 disgruntled knights claim to have seen Eve wander by down the street. Sadly, they are not very cooperative and have supplied a rather dubious set of clues. Use a map and the knight's clues to trace Eve's path through the town, starting at S and ending at the cat icon. Okay, so she runs into a guard here. Or a statue here. So she could keep going or she could turn. What if she turns? Through houses. Or maybe no, she goes straight and then turns here. She turns here. It's up here. So let's say she goes straight. No, but that doesn't look right though. Maybe turn and then straight. Turn here, then go straight this way. Let's try that.
Let's do it, Miss Moya.
Nope. Okay. Ah!
Oh man, that was no good.
Pay special attention to the clue given by the knight in the middle. There are houses on either side. There's a path, so it's gotta be here, and she goes straight. So maybe it's like here. It's going. Then what? Maybe she goes down this way. What? Turn here, she goes down. I feel like that has to be here though. Okay, so she turns here, goes all the way down. And then like this? Maybe?
Let's do it, Luke.
No?
You're doing so well together.
No. This should not be a difficult puzzle. It looks like Eve made a total of 4 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's too many. 1. 2. 3, 4, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. Maybe.
Let's do it, Luke.
Nope. Oh my gosh,
We're
I
doing
suck
so
at this
well
puzzle.
together.
What? One, two. That doesn't work. What? Pay attention to the clue given by the knight on the right. There's only one path you can follow where the statue is on the left side. One, two. Ooh. One, two. Two. But well, I guess that could be this way, maybe? Is that not what I did earlier, though? Eve passed by all 3 statues. If the knight on the left is to be believed, then Eve must have turned left at one of the statues. Probably this one. Turning left is this way. That looks right, maybe?
Let's do it, Miss Moya.
No. So is it the bigger
Oh,
S
man,
then?
that was no
I
good.
don't know. Eh. 1, 2. Yes? Maybe?
Let's do it, Miss Moya.
Okay. Okay.
Just what I'd expect from the professor's apprentice.
Cat-tastic! Looks as if Eve took a little stroll down to the center of the town. Were we not just there? See nothing, heard nothing, know nothing. We're not gonna tell. We've worked out where Eve is, Maya. And you know where she's going, don't you? I sure do. Looks like she ran off toward the town square. No, we didn't even tell you. How did you work it out? Did you read our minds? No, the answer was in the puzzle. Say, shouldn't you be getting back before your captain goes ballistic? Touché. We're close to finding Eve, Luke. Right, let's go and find her before she goes running off somewhere else. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I could really get used to this whole puzzle solving thing. You know, it's like the moment I saw the answer, it just felt so right. And I was right. I wish I had that sense. Hey, I was right too, you know. Anyway, let's go. What about me, guys? Where am I going? Off roar. Ah, yes, okay. We were also here, but you know. It's you! Hi, Inquisitor! Darklaw! Oh, if it isn't you two, isn't it a bit late for you to be out here strolling around? Hi. So what are you doing here anyway? You seem a little different somehow. Well, well. Aren't you quite the inquisitive ones? I'm the Inquisitor here, remember? Anyway, I happen to be on duty. On duty? This late at night? As long as there are witches in this town, there will always be crimes of magic. I'm directing the Knight's inquiry into a certain incident involving this bell tower. A certain incident? 3 months ago, an alchemist residing not far from here was murdered. Naturally, it was at the hand of a witch. Did you say an alchemist? A witch murdered an alchemist using magic? That's terrible! Indeed, it was a dreadful incident, and it is the only case to remain unsolved. The only incident to remain unsolved? That's the reason why we are working on it through the night. Go home to the comfort of your beds. We wouldn't want you meeting a witch now, would we? Hey, I'm no child, you know. That's we, Luke. We happen to be searching for a cat. It's a black cat called Eve. Eve? Hey, have you seen her? I have seen no sign of any cat. Not around here. Oh, really? But she has to be somewhere nearby. Come on, Luke. Let's look around a bit more. Yeah, right you are, Maya. Well, thank you, High Inquisitor Darklaw. Maya Fey. Yes? What is it? Wait, that's weird. I don't remember telling you my name. There are witches in the most unlikely of places. You must remain vigilant. What did she mean by that? Hey, Maya, over here! I found Eve! What's the matter? Come on! Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. She's a High Inquisitor and leader of the Inquisition. Her stance on witches and witchcraft is strict, as is her attitude towards her subordinates. Working alone relentlessly at night, she appears to embrace a hate for witches, and as yet, I do not know why. I mean, everyone kinda hates them here. Cat. Eve! We found you, finally! I'm so glad you're safe. Espella would be so upset if anything happened to you. She sure would, Luke. She said that Eve is a real friend. Hopefully the boss will feel better too when we get Eve back home. I'm sure she will. Come on then, let's go back to the bakery. Are there hint coins here though? Or did I find them already? That took us longer than I thought it would. I wonder if everyone's asleep. It's getting close to daybreak. We should enter quietly and try not to wake anyone. Where on earth could those two have gone? After what happened earlier, you'd think they'd know better than to go wandering out at night like this. It's getting bright out already. I'm starting to worry that they came across a witch. If they don't show up soon, I suggest we all go looking for them. After a trial like that, it makes me wonder where they get their energy from. Kit. Oh, Eve! Where were you? Good morning, everyone. What do you mean, good morning? Where have you two been this whole time? Sorry. We didn't expect to be gone for so long. I'd have thought you'd know better, Luke. What were you doing out there at this hour? Sorry, Professor. We went looking for Eve. Looking for Eve, you say? You mean you were both concerned that Eve was missing? Well, when Espella comes home, she'll want Eve to meet her, won't she? After all, Eve is like a member of the family. Oh, you dears. That's very considerate of you. Thank you. But I want you to promise me that you won't go wandering around late at night like that again. It's just not safe with all those witches out there. We promise. I'm sorry, boss. I'm sorry, too. I should say, it's nearly morning already. Why don't you both go and get yourselves cleaned up? I've already prepared breakfast, so jump to it. Yes, ma'am. Come to think of it, I'm so hungry I could eat one of Mary's goats. How about you, Luke? Now that you mention it, I'm definitely ready for breakfast. Don't eat the goat. You certainly both love your food. Personally, I just like a little more sleep. Right then, let's eat breakfast and make our way to the court. Right you are, Professor. I'm sure Espella must be feeling lonely. Oh, and Mr. Wright, could you perhaps take something from the bakery for her? You bet. I'm sure Espella would be glad to get some of Patty's freshly baked bread. Come on, what are you all waiting for? Breakfast is ready. All right, we're coming. Well then, let's dig in. Are you allowed to bring food to people in prison? Well, as it seems, we are all ready to go. Shall we make our way to the court? So, does everyone remember how to get there? Sure, we just head east from here, and it's on the other side of the forest, isn't it? Boy, Espella must be feeling so sad and lonely. Let's get a move on. Let's go. Gosh, look at everyone. You have a puzzle for me?
Welcome, welcome. How about some fresh goat's milk from a freshly milked goat? Well, I'll be, if it isn't you lot. What a coincidence seeing you here.
Hey, Miss Mary. I thought you were selling milk on the outskirts of the market.
That's right, I do, but not everyone can get to the market to buy their milk, child. That's why Snowy and I sometimes set up a stall in town like this.
Must be hard having to do it right after a trial like this.
We have to deliver the milk while it's still fresh, you see. There's no way we could go taking a break. Not only that, but we hardly feel like resting. Not after all that excitement. We've never experienced a trial like that. Who would have thought that the sweet flower seller, Kira, would turn out to be a witch? Such an innocent face, too. You'd never believe she could have done it. Don't you think so, my little Snowykins?
At any rate, it was a real shock seeing an execution by fire.
Maybe so, but on the other hand, it couldn't be helped. After all, she was a witch. Anyway, at times like this, a little puzzle can clear up the air. Isn't that right, my little fluffy dumpling?
Random, but okay. Sure. Na ba na na ba na. 5 goats were put out to pasture. Each goat has its own unique color and pattern. Not only that, they each have a unique pattern to their bleating. However, these conversation-loving goats all suddenly started talking at once, sending the conversation into complete chaos. Use the picture above to work out which goat is saying what. Also pay attention to each goat's color and pattern. Okay, so we've got the exclamation and the question mark in 1, 2, in 1 and 2. So that's either the black goat with the white legs or the gray one with the black legs. But it can't be the gray with the black because that's in the 3rd one. So that's just you. Nanaba! That's you. So then we have Naa. Naa-ba. Right? Yeah. No, we just have Naa. Okay, so we have a Naa in 1 and 3. Okay, so I think you're the gray one. Naa. And then we have Ba-ba-na, which has to be you. Okay, and the brown one is in 1 and 4, which is Na-ba. Wait, what? No. Na-ba is brown, I think. And then banana is white. Banana. Yes.
Leave it to your friendly neighborhood spirit medium.
I like the goat that says
Not too
banana.
shabby, if I do say so myself.
Why is that one so much easier than the path one? Well done, amazing listening skills. The goats can now understand each other and continue on with their conversations. Banana.
What do you think? Doesn't it feel dreamy being surrounded by lovely bleeding goats?
I'll be seeing them in my dreams tonight for sure. I'll probably be counting goats instead of sheep. They certainly do look cute, don't they? Their cute appearances can be quite relaxing, if only you could block out their bleeding. The professor doesn't like banana. Coming back here makes me remember yesterday's trial. Espella's still being held somewhere inside the building. Yeah, and it's up to us to get her out as soon as we can. The first thing we should do is make sure we're allowed to see her. You there! Yes, you! Uh-oh. There's nothing like a confrontation first thing in the morning to keep you on your toes. We're here to, visit our client. It's not you we're interested in. It's Dark Hat over there. He's to come with us immediately. Who, sir? Me, sir? Yes, sir, you, sir! What have you done this time? Professor, did you do something? I wonder what it could be. Luke, do you have any idea? Professor! Don't play innocent with us. The order came from the Storyteller himself. You've been personally summoned to the audience room to see the Storyteller. The audience room? Meeting the Storyteller in person is the highest honor that can be bestowed upon a person. There's no one in all of Labyrinthia who wouldn't be proud to meet him. That goes for us knights too, although such an honor is almost unheard of. Nevertheless, those were the orders. To have Herschel Layton make his way to the audience room. Very well, and in this audience room, the Storyteller will be waiting to see me. Is that correct? What? Why does the Storyteller want to see you, Professor? Yeah, what's going on here anyway? Would it be possible to go there after having seen Miss Cantabella? The Storyteller's order is of the absolute highest priority. Nothing can take precedence. But... Not only that, but in any event, you are not permitted to see the accused. Why would that be? Permission to see the accused is restricted to Defender Wright and his assistant. Those are the orders. Poor Luke. What do you make of that, Professor? Make of it what you will. Orders are orders. Very well. Let's go and meet the Storyteller. That's more like it. Professor, are you really planning on meeting with a Storyteller? It might be a trap. Well, I do sense the potential for a scheme here. I'd be foolish to pass up an opportunity to meet with this town's creator. There are rather too many things I would like to ask him. I see. If the professor's going, then I'm going too. After all, I am the professor's apprentice. Be careful, Luke. I'm sure you'll be just fine, as long as you stay with the professor. I will, and please give Espella our best. Oh, and Maya, could you give Espella the bread from Mrs. Eclair? Sure thing, Luke. Well, if you finally finish talking, I would suggest wasting no more time. You'll find the audience room beyond the guard post, east of the Great Archive. And Defender, you should see the accused. Well, it would seem that we must go our separate ways for the time being. Yeah, looks like it. Well, take care, Professor. And you, Mr. Wright. I wish you both luck. Well, there they go. Do you think they'll be okay? The Professor and Luke? I think they can take care of themselves. Anyway, we should hurry up and talk to Espella. Right. Even though she tries to hide it, inside she must be terrified. What if she's found guilty of being a witch? What will we do then? Last night we saw with our own eyes what they do to witches. It's not right. Any world where things like that are allowed to happen isn't right. I know, Maya, but for now we have no choice. We have to clear Espella of the charges. We need to focus on that and that alone. The Great Witch Bezella. I wonder why they suspect Espella of being her. I don't know, but if we're lucky, maybe she'll be able to shed some light on it. Hey, Defender! It's time for you to see the accused.
Well, this is it. This is it, Nick.
It sure is. Let's go, Maya. Let's go, Death Knell Dungeon.
Yippee!
Mr. Wright. Maya.
Espella!
So this is the Death Knell Dungeon. Looks more like solitary confinement to me.
Don't worry, I'm fine. Really. I was a little surprised at how hard the bed was, though.
Espella.
Oh, that's right! I have something for you here. The boss made it for you. Look, it's our special walnut bread. You should try it.
Aunt Patty made that? For me? Thank you, Maya.
We'll get you home soon, and then we can all sit down and eat Patty's freshly baked bread together.
Yeah, that would be nice. We're going to have to get you out of here soon, so don't... Oh. Yeah, so don't you worry, Espella.
But are you sure you want to do that?
What are you talking about, Espella?
Do you really want to continue defending me, Mr. Wright?
What? Of course I do. What made you say that?
You do both know what I've been charged with, don't you?
Sure we do. They're accusing you of being Bezella, the source of all witches here in Labyrinthia.
That's right. And anyone who defends such a suspect will also come under suspicion themselves. People who are likely to criticize you and make you suffer, all on my account. I can't ask you to defend me. I don't want you suffering because of me.
Listen to me, Espella. We're already suffering just seeing you here in this prison. Do you honestly think we just stand around not doing anything?
Mr. Wright!
Hey, I think I get it, Espella. I bet you're just worried that Nick will slip up the way he always does.
Huh?
Trust me, there's nothing to worry about. The Professor and Luke are on our side too.
Huh? No, no! That's not what I meant! I wouldn't think that at all. Mr. Wright, you were just amazing. You and Mr. Layton both. It was like you were working magic together.
Well, that settles it then, Espella. And don't worry, we're going to be there for you. We'll fight to the very end. The two of us, the Professor and Luke, we'll all be working together on this thing. We won't let you down.
What's wrong, Espella?
It's just that the only one who's ever been this kind to me before is Aunt Patty. I don't know what to say.
Espella, I'm not sure how to say this, but it seems that the townsfolk are distancing themselves from you. It's as if they fear you for some reason.
Yeah, I can't believe they'd all think a cute girl like you could be the Great Witch.
Espella, we heard from High Inquisitor Darklaw that there's a reason why people are so suspicious of you. If it's okay with you, we'd like you to tell us what that reason is. The reason the townsfolk suspect you, and why they're so distant.
All right. I guess I never had the chance to explain properly.
Eh?
It's true that the townsfolk look at me differently. And the reason for that is because I am...
The game is so evil for this. Well, Professor, we've reached the library, and the place at which the Storyteller's waiting for us is east of here, isn't it? Indeed. According to the knight, the audience room is past the guard post. I wonder what the creator of Labyrinthia wants to talk to you about, Professor. It's too soon to assume anything, Luke. But whatever it might be, I have a few things that I would like to ask him too. We should be thankful that this opportunity has come so soon, even if it's part of some scheme. Let's go, Professor, to the audience room.
Who are you? No, I want to talk to him.
This is just some guy dancing in front of the Great Archive. Ooh, sparkle. Where be The hint coins. Ah. Should be one more. Ah. You cannot hide from me. Ah, aren't you? Herschel Layton, the Hatter! Well, I'm not a Hatter, although I certainly am Herschel Layton. I've been told that my presence is requested in the audience room. I've definitely heard something about that, but it's beyond me why. With all due respect, why would the Storyteller invite mere commoners to the audience room? Aren't people normally allowed to visit? Of course not. Both the audience room and the tower in which he resides are areas of strict surveillance. One does not simply visit the Storyteller. Did you say tower? The Storyteller's tower, naturally. Don't tell me you never heard of it. He only comes out of his tower to appear before the people in his parades. The audience room is where the Storyteller comes whenever there's a parade. We, the Order of Knights, provide his protection from this guard post. We feel honored by his presence, even if he doesn't speak to us. I see. Then it would seem we are extremely privileged to have been invited here. Humph! Don't let it get to your head. Wait here while I open the gate. Come to think of it, during the parade, the Storyteller did seem to be held in high esteem by all the townsfolk. Indeed, Luke. After all, he is the author of this town's story. So he's effectively like some kind of god. Like a god? No! Someone tell me this isn't happening! There seems to be some commotion over there. It's that knight! He's coming back this way, and he doesn't look too happy. This is bad, really bad. What am I going to do? What's the matter? Well, actually, Dark Hat, the gate won't open. It's broken, and I can't fix it. So what happens now? I wish I knew. What am I gonna do? We need to do something. Can't keep the Storyteller waiting. If we do, there goes my career as a knight. Unless, aren't you two meant to be good at finding people? Finding people? I wouldn't say we're particularly good. Don't say that, I need your help here. There's one knight who's able to fix the gates, but he's busy training with the other knights. I'd like to call him back here without disturbing the others, but in armor they all look the same. The only way to identify him is to look for a knight with an unusually shaped sword. Unusually shaped sword? How interesting. Professor, doesn't that mean? Indeed, my boy. It means we can tackle this the way we would a puzzle. So, will you find him? Okay, I'll see what I can do. Let's go. Oh gosh. Not standard issue. It's lunchtime and the knights are all eager to eat their share. They have all stabbed their swords into the massive piece of meat at the same time. One of the swords is not standard knight issue and has an oddly curved blade. Examine the blades and find the owner of the strange sword. Where's my memo? Oh no, they won't let me draw on it. No! Okay. Let's see. This goes like that. 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 Where does this one go? Should not be going. It should be going here. Little guy? Is it you?
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills.
Ha-ha!
That was indeed an intriguing puzzle.
Correct. The smallest knight appears to be the one wielding the strange sword. Those are really long swords. Thanks to you, Sir Hatter, I've been able to have it repaired immediately. I'm glad you were able to fix it. A puzzle like that is a piece of cake for the professor. As I suspected all along, you're certainly no ordinary gentleman. Sir Hatter Herschel Layton shall henceforth be allowed to pass through this gate freely. Thank you, kind sir. Please make your way to the Storyteller as swiftly as possible. Let's go. Easy. now! No matter where I look, there are knights everywhere. Yes, indeed. The knights have their guard posts on this side of the gate. Given the grandness of the scale, I imagine they are living here too. But I wonder exactly where around here we're supposed to meet the storyteller. That knight said to go to the audience room, wherever that is. With the name as grand as audience room, you'd think it would be easy to notice. Luke, can you see the long flight of stairs over there? I think we should go and take a look. A flight of stairs? Oh, I see it! There's also a building over there. Looks rather stately. Do you think that's where the audience room is? Indeed, my boy. However, there seems to be something going on over there. And from the looks of things, I don't think we'll be able to just ignore it and stroll right by. At any rate, let's go and take a look. There's a hidden puzzle somewhere here, and I must have it. And the hint coins. This is no good! It's been 3 days and 3 nights, but I still don't get it! What's that you don't understand? Whoa! Don't frighten me like that! How long have you been there? We've been here for quite some time now. Well, I suppose I could tell you. See, I've been doing my mind training. Us knights must train, not just physically, but mentally too. Training of the mind. How delightful. As a gentleman, I always endeavor to keep my thinking flexible too. Your comment exudes confidence, and if you're so self-assured, why not try solving this puzzle? This is a chess puzzle based on a brave fight between knights. The trouble is, no matter how hard I try, I can't defeat the Black Knight. Chess! Oh my gosh, they're cute. Chess skirmish. 2 opposing sets of knight chess pieces are engaged in battle. In order to win, your chess piece must topple the enemy piece. Chess knights move 2 squares forward and 1 square perpendicular on each turn. The initial direction can be up, down, left, or right. Be careful, the board is filled with pits and spaces that will move your piece in the direction shown. Topple the enemy. So that'll put me in a hole. This will put me back to where I am. This will put me here. That traps me, so I need to go here. That'll put me in a hole. That'll put me in a hole. I could go here. I could go here. Here. And I could go here. That would kind of just put me out. I do that, and then I get him! Easy dub.
I've already seen the answer.
Yippee!
Come what may, puzzles are there to be solved.
Well done, checkmate. Whoa, you beat the Black Knight! If I could just remember how you did that. Alright, now if I can beat him, he can keep guard of this area next week instead of me. Keep guard? Instead of you. No, it's, purely for my training, believe me. Sounds a little fishy to me. Tough. How many times do I gotta tell you? I ain't the suspicious guy you're after. And you expect us to believe you just because you say so, eh? You can save us all the time and trouble here. Just admit your guilt and be done with it. You gotta be kidding me! This is false accusation. Come on, why won't you listen to me? I admit my face might look a little scary, sure, but I'm telling you straight. My pals are always saying there's no one with a purer heart than good old Cutter. Oh, spare me. We're getting nowhere here. Hey, knights. Yes, sir. Put this miserable wretch into solitary confinement. Yes, sir, Captain. Oi, oi, what are you doing? I'm innocent. Innocent, I tell ya. seem to have your hands full here. May I ask what happened? Hey, if it isn't you two. Do you mean to tell me you're the ones that the Storyteller has summoned?
That's us, all right. So you can't go chasing us around the way you did before.
Rats!
By the way, Captain, what has that man been accused of?
What has he done? He's guilty of carrying out a heinous crime of assault and theft. How many times do I gotta say it? It weren't me! It was a false accusation. I'm totally innocent. Silence! Who else could have done it? Could you tell me a little more about this? Well, I had a feeling you'd want to know. You seem to like poking your nose into other people's business. A series of thefts have been occurring in this town, and at the same time, a suspicious figure's been sighted. Now I ask you, does this man not look suspicious to you? Clearly it has to be him. You got it all wrong! I heard there was a thief in the area. That's why I teamed up with them townsfolk to keep a lookout for the blighter. And that ain't all. I even found a way to make sure every dang corner of the town was being watched. We placed ourselves in positions where we didn't obstruct one another's line of sight. Catch my drift? The suspicious figure you guys mentioned. There ain't no way that was me! So you're saying you watched every part of the town while at the same time avoiding overlapping each other's search? That's impossible. You committed the crimes and are lying to cover yourself.
I wonder if perhaps you are mistaken. It might just be true. For example, if they positioned themselves like this.
Oh boy, I remember struggling with this one.
Phew. Street patrol.
There are reports of a thief lurking around in the town center. The townsfolk are in charge of guard duty. There are 2 conditions to their stakeout. They have a perfect view of all the streets, and their viewing range never overlaps. With that in mind, do you think you can place the townsfolk in their correct spots?
Tiny child is so useless. Like, what are you doing?
Okay, you get a pretty big corner. Aha, okay. I can put here. Oh no, what? Reach quite. Okay, so he's a 3. Oh, never mind. He's not just a 3. Okay, so that's his range. So I can put him here. That. I'm cooking.
Let's see if I've proven myself.
Let's freaking go.
Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
Excellent. It turns out the dubious-looking gentleman was telling the truth. I would never have guessed such a solution could exist. So do you believe me now? I was telling the truth. The real culprit must still be on the loose, going around stealing stuff in broad daylight. Men, looks like we've got no choice. Let him go. We'd better head back to the crime scene and go over it again with a fine-tooth comb. Yes, Captain.
Well, I'm glad we were able to sort out the misunderstanding.
I don't know who you two are, but you're a bit too sharp to be some regular townsfolk.
Are you saying everyone in the town is dumb?
Oh my gosh.
Not at all. We're nothing so special. Just a couple of regular English gentlemen.
English, eh? So what is that? Your title? Well, whatever it may be, it's not normal to be summoned directly by the Storyteller himself. It would appear you are indeed something special. The Storyteller's in the audience room. I wouldn't keep him waiting if I were you. As for the audience room, it's in the building at the top of those stairs. That building up there, just as we thought. Thank you. Just mind your manners when in the presence of the storyteller, you hear me? If I hear any signs of trouble, you'll regret it.
We'll be on our best behavior, so please keep your hand off your sword. You're scaring me.
It just goes to show how highly the knights regard the storyteller. Now then, let's move on, Luke.
Right. Let's go, Professor. Let's go.
Another hidden puzzle.
The storyteller should be in here, right? I'm starting to feel a little nervous. This area is totally deserted. All I can hear is the wind.
It looks as if not even the knights are allowed to come up here.
He really is treated almost like a god. I wonder what someone like that wants to talk to us about.
What is this?
What is it, Professor?
Have a look at this, Luke. There's a puzzle concealed here. In a situation like this, perhaps solving a puzzle might help to relieve stress.
I think you're right, Professor.
Let's see it. Oh, it's one of these. Oh, gosh.
Rotating room. Ghastly figures now haunt the interior of this mysterious mansion, and I have been tasked with ridding its halls of their ilk. If I am to succeed in my mission, I must light all the candles to vanquish these fiends. The room seems to rotate. Use this to your advantage and rotate the room so I can reach the candles. Note the candles will light up or extinguish each time the night passes by. Oh, okay. Okay. Then turn it. Get that one. But I kind of have to get him out of this. Alright, wait a minute. Okay. That's what? Okay, I can't trap myself in there. Then no, go back. Then if I turn it. Ah! Okay. I don't like these puzzles because I never know which way to rotate it properly. Okay. I do that. And then I undo this way. And then okay. Turn it. Oh no, this way. How do I get that one? Turn it. Oh, no. Undo this way. This way? That way. Can turn it. That's fine. Oh wait, that one though. Good, we're good.
Wait a minute. There we go. I've done it.
Allow me to show you my puzzle-solving skills. Ah, the joy of solving puzzles.
Excellent, that was quite the dizzying experience. Amazing what little light can do for the atmosphere of a room. Okay, and hint coin. I need 2 more hint coins. Nice. These 2 more hint coin. Or I need 1 more. Find it. Big sad. Alright. Huh? Professor, the door won't open. Hello? Is anybody there? No reply. It appears there is no keyhole. This is no ordinary lock mechanism. Inviting someone to visit you only to lock them out? That's a bit rude. Just a moment, Luke. If you look closely, you'll see there's a puzzle built in here. I believe this may be a test, Luke. A test to determine whether we qualify for an audience with the storyteller or not. That's a bit off, isn't it? But when it comes to puzzles, we'll be glad to oblige, won't we, Professor? Indeed, my boy. Let's show our mettle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay. Here's a panel of numbers. The numbers range between 1 and 6. Touching the buttons on the touchscreen will increase and decrease the numbers. Arrange the numbers to read 3, 3, 3, 3. Do you think you could do it in only 4 turns? 4 turns! Okay. Let's see. If I do this, 6 is the maximum, it looks like. Ooh. Isn't this exactly what I did last time? Hold on. Oh. Ha! Oh. Wait a minute. Ha!
I've already seen the answer.
I did
That
it.
was indeed an intriguing puzzle.
That's right, just hitting the buttons at random until you end up with the solution can also be fun. Looks like the gate is opening. No, I did it with skill this time.
We did it, Professor! That should open the door.
It would seem that we have proven ourselves worthy.
Labyrinthia's creator is waiting for us inside.
The creator of this town. I wonder what he intends to say. Are you all right, Luke? I imagine you must be a little nervous.
Who, me? Well, to be honest, I suppose I am. Just a little. But don't worry, Professor. I can do this. Let's go. Let's meet the Storyteller.
Very well. Muster your courage. We're going in.
Right you are, Professor.
And thus the guests finally made their appearance. I bid you welcome to Labyrinthia, the town governed by stories. I've been waiting for you, Professor Layton.
I believe I should say, it is an honor, Mr. Storyteller.
You're the creator of Labyrinthia. But why did you call the Professor here?
I have summoned you, so that I may ask you why you are here.
I beg your pardon?
I think they'd like to know themselves.
What are you talking about?
In writing the story, I provide everything, and in turn, take everything away. I give each person a story, and weave their intertwining webs of fate. However, it would appear that interlopers have found their way into the story. The two of you.
You mean to say that my presence here was not written in your story?
Precisely. And so I must ask you, exactly how did you find your way into this world?
Sus.
In truth, we found ourselves here somewhat inadvertently. We were brought here by a book called the Historia Labyrinthia. I am led to believe it was you who wrote that book. Surely you cannot deny it.
It would appear I have found it. The source of the corruption within my story.
Corruption?
In other words, you consider our presence to be a hindrance to your story. Is that correct?
True.
Not only you. There was another man who tried to change the course of my story.
Tried? No, he did.
Ah,
You mean Carmina Accidenti?
Oh, I thought he was talking about Phoenix.
Carmine. So, there is a connection between him and the two of you after all.
Oops.
Your presence here is, shall I say, a slight inconvenience. The story of Labyrinthia is about to take a turn towards its grand finale.
grand finale?
Indeed, a conclusion that requires a climax of epic proportions.
Epic.
The identity of the Great Witch Bezella is made public. She is tried in the court and finally destroyed. At last, peace will be restored to the town. The final scenario is close at hand.
The identity of the Great Witch? Do you mean...
Ah,
It's true that the townsfolk look at me in a different way. And the reason for that is because I am the Storyteller's daughter.
You're... what? Espella? You're the Storyteller's daughter? I didn't see that coming.
When I first came down into the town, everyone was friendly. Perhaps they thought that if they got to know me, things would go well for them. That was the impression I had.
That sounds like the kind of thing people would probably do. But obviously not me. I wouldn't do anything like that. No one's accusing you of anything, Maya.
But unfortunately, things didn't work out the way people hoped they would.
Well, people should realize that good things don't come easy.
Then one day, someone just happened to bump into me in the town, and I was knocked over. Later, that night, that same person was attacked by a witch and killed by her magic. I don't know whether it was just a coincidence or not, but after that, everyone's attitude towards me changed. They started saying things like, it's best to keep away from her, or you'll have a bad story written about you. All because I'm the storyteller's daughter.
What's the storyteller thinking? What do you mean? Well, he has his daughter stuck in a place like this, and if he didn't write such a bad story, she wouldn't have to suffer like this. I have a good point there, Maya. Anyway, the investigation has only just begun. Espella, if it's okay with you, I'd like to ask you a few more questions.
Of course. I'd like to help in any way I can.
Gotta gather as much information as I can. This might be difficult for you to answer, but why are you not living with the storyteller? I mean, with your father.
I did live with him before. We lived together on the edge of the town in the Storyteller's Tower.
Storyteller's Tower?
When I was little, he was very kind and always listened to what I had to say. But then, at some point or other, he started to become distant. If you think about it, I guess it's only natural. Because he had to write the story for every single person in the town.
Espella!
As he became busier and busier, I was left alone in the tower. And that's the reason I decided to leave home with Eve and live in the town. I stayed with Aunt Patty and helped out at the bakery. Now you two are at the shop too, but my dad...
What's the deal with the storyteller? I can't believe he'd write a story where his own daughter is the Great Witch Bezella. Maybe the professor will be able to find out the storyteller's true motives. And what about Patty? Does she know anything about your past? Have you ever told her that you're the storyteller's daughter?
Yes, she knows. When the other people in town started avoiding me, Aunt Patty was the only one who stood by me that whole time.
Yeah, Patty's always looking out for you.
There's so much I have to thank her for. It's been 5 years since I left my dad and started living with Aunt Patty. She's always been so kind. She's been like a mother to me.
Now that you mention it, what about your real mother, Espella?
Actually, I can't remember anything about her. According to my dad, she died in an accident when I was still young. And that's really all I know. He didn't tell me any more than that.
I see. Espella, we believe in you. There's no way you could be the Great Witch Bezella. That's right! That's where we'll find the real Great Witch.
The real Great Witch? But the Great Witch is only a character of legend. How could you possibly find her?
Well, admittedly, at the moment we have no real leads. Actually, to be honest, we know next to nothing about Labyrinthia. We were supposed to have been living with you for 5 years now, but that memory turned out to be completely phony. Do you have any ideas at all, Espella? Anything that give us a clue? I guess it's a lot to ask.
All magic-related incidents are thoroughly investigated by the Knights of the Inquisition. And if there were any clues as to the whereabouts of the Great Witch, I believe they would have found them.
I guess you're right.
As far as I know, there's not a single incident that has remained unsolved by the Inquisitors.
Wait a minute. That's not right. What is it, Maya? The part about there being no unsolved incidents left.
What?
Last night, me and Luke ran into High Inquisitor Darklaw. Wait, what? You saw High Inquisitor Darklaw? Yup. She said she was investigating some kind of incident with magic. She said that it took place 3 months ago, I think. Apparently, it's the only incident that has remained unsolved. An unsolved incident?
Oh! Now that you mention it, I remember hearing rumors about such a case.
The only magic incident in Labyrinthia to remain unsolved, huh? Espella, about that incident, could you tell us about it in more detail? I'll have to ask you to stop right there, Defender. Visiting time is up. You're to leave immediately. No way! We just got to the good part.
Mr. Wright, Maya, I really don't know much about that incident, but perhaps you could try asking an Inquisitor about it.
Okay, Espella. Thanks for the help. All right. We'll see you again real soon. Keep your spirits up, Espella.
Thank you. Take care, both of you. Mr. Wright, Maya, they're both doing so much for me. I wonder if there's anything I could do for both of them in return. The Great Witch Bezella. Until now, I hadn't given it much thought. The Great Witch. The legendary fire. Flames. Inferno. Oh my! What is this? My head hurts.
What was that? That inferno. Were these things my memories?
This town's one and only unsolved incident of magic. I'm sure she said something about an alchemist who lost their life to a witch. An alchemist was attacked? That sounds like a serious case. You got that from High Inquisitor Darklaw, right? That's right. When I was searching for Eve last night, I meant to tell you about it, but it totally slipped my mind. The only unsolved incident, huh? That's suspicious, all right. This might just be the lead that'll take us to the Great Witch. Okay, let's get to investigating. We could do this thing! Yeah, so, I guess first we should check out the Inquisitor's Hall, right? We might just learn something there. Sure, let's get going! On the other hand, we may just learn how unwelcome we are there. Hey, come on, Nick! Enough of that wishy-washy attitude. I didn't even say anything. Dog! Wait a minute. That aggressive bark. Tell me that isn't. Aha! It's Constantine. He looks happy to see us. Wish I could say the feeling was mutual. Once bitten, twice shy. That pretty much sums me up right now. Really? I don't know. I think he's looking much friendlier today if you ask me. See? Come on, Nick. Pet him just once. Ah! This mutt really, really hates me. Well, well, if it isn't Sir Blue Knight. Exactly what are you doing over there on all fours? Oh, Inquisitor Barnum. Glad to see you again. Actually, there's something we'd like to ask you about. Come on, Nick, stand up already. Oh, I'd like to meet that mutt's owner face to face. How foolish. Constantine happens to be mine, and a true knight's companion he is. He needn't waste time sinking his teeth into the likes of you. Ugh, I had a hunch. So Constantine really is your dog, huh? Gotta admire the nerve of this guy. He just sits back and let his dog bite people. I mean, me. Never mind that. What is it that you want to talk about? Just make it quick, Sir Blue Knight. So, you Inquisitors are the ones who investigate incidents of magic in this town, aren't you? Yes, of course. If you don't mind, we'd like to ask you about that unsolved incident with magic. There's one thing you must never forget. The Knights of the Inquisition excel at their work. Right. All incidents of magic perpetrated by the witches are dealt with by the Inquisitors, without exception. Spoken with that usual calm and collected air of confidence. That's interesting. You see, we heard different. Apparently, there's one particular incident that still remains unsolved. Something about an alchemist being murdered. Ring any bells? What? Who did you get that information from? Well, High Inquisitor Darklaw. Well, why the blazes didn't you say so? You could have saved us some time. Huh? How is that my fault? The High Inquisitor has put me on the spot by leaking such information to the likes of you. Well, I suppose that leaves nothing for it. I shall tell you the whole story, since I do not believe in doing things by halves. Please, go ahead. We're all ears. It was 3 months ago that an alchemist living near the town square was murdered.
Sorry, Inquisitor Barnum, but I'm kinda lost already. Is there a difference between alchemy and magic?
When it comes to something that difficult, it'll do no good asking me.
Huh?
It seems that while the townspeople respected him, they also treated him with caution. They respected him. He used his skill to make medical concoctions and acted much like a physician. The efficacy of his cures was almost like magic. He was famous within his neighborhood. In fact, he was sometimes referred to as Dr. Belduke by the townspeople. At any rate, it's safe to say that Sir Belduke was no witch.
How could you say for sure?
That's simple. Sir Belduke was a man. Well, can't really argue with that. Sir Belduke came to a mysterious end 3 months ago. A mysterious end? There were 2 things about his death that cannot be explained rationally. Firstly, the murder scene. His body was discovered in his residence in the study. I'm so excited for the alchemist lore. Let's go alchemist lore! His room was locked. There was no conceivable way the crime could have been committed except by witchcraft.
Isn't that what people call a locked room mystery?
A what? Oh, it's nothing, really. So, what was the other mysterious thing? Secondly, until then, all incidents involving witches had been foretold in the story. Foretold in the story? In other words, predicted by the storyteller. However, the murder of Sir Belduke did not appear in the story. Such a thing has never occurred before. So not only was this the only unsolved incident in Labyrinthia's history, but it was also the only incident not to be predicted by the storyteller. This definitely sounds worth investigating. You certainly are an interesting one, Sir Blue Knight. Huh? You really think you could solve this incident alone when the Knights of the Inquisition have been working on it for 3 months? I must say, that is some confidence. We won't know unless we try. You may risk becoming the target of some terrifying witch's vengeance. I'm hoping that was a joke. Well, I suppose you may as well take a look. Who knows, you may even find something. Sir Belduke's residence is just beyond the town square. Ask anyone around there. They'll soon point you in the right direction. Thank you, Inquisitor Barnum. Sir Blue Knight, I believe our courtroom battles are far from over. Until we meet again in court. I'll see you then, Inquisitor. Here we go! Oh my gosh, it's Constantine! Look at him! Oh, what a good boy. He's so cute. But that being said, I think we will end here for today, since we've been streaming for about 2 hours. So we will save the lore for next time. Unfortunate, but I don't know how long these are, so I'd rather just save now. Alrighty, we're going to send out a raid.